Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nerd Bros podcast.
Well, absolutely. Brand new week.
Brand new week.
Episode 5 already. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Dave, you want to go ahead?
Before we get started tonight, we're gonna do something a little bit different, but this is gonna be something that I think is gonna be a staple around here. And we're gonna pray before we get into this podcast. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for this opportunity to just speak today. We thank you for all that you've given us, Lord. We thank you for this opportunity to have a platform where we can just talk about the hobby that we enjoy, and that's entertainment. That's Star Wars and Marvel and DC and stuff like that. And we praise you, Lord, for just the opportunity to communicate with other Christians as well through this. And we pray, Lord, that in everything that we say, think, and do, we pray that you will be glorified, that your name will be reflected. And we just pray that you'll help us to remember the same thing that we went into this, and that is to not seek the world above you, but to keep you first, keep the main thing the main thing. And Lord, there's no gain from the world if it means that we lose our soul. So we pray that you help us just to be reminded of who you are, Lord, and just to keep you first. And pray that you'll bless this podcast at night. Thank you, Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Yes, sir. That's a great way to start it. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, dude, the thumbnail is sick.
I forgot I even put a thumbnail on it. Oh, yeah. You like that?
Yeah, bro. What up, Taya? This is going to be a fun one. I'm so excited for this week.
This is going to be a fun one. Yeah. Ooh. It's a little blurry. Oh, there it goes. All right. It's fixed. This is going to be a very fun one, chat. We got a pretty heavy-hitting Star Wars topic that we're going to be discussing. I'm nervous about the topic, but I'm not nervous about it. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Oh man, I tell you. So we're definitely gonna be starting with news and rumors like we normally do. Got a big. It is a big Star Wars topic. So big that Trey almost doesn't want to do the topic, but we're doing it because it's time. And
We're
then
being bold.
we're also gonna be doing. We're being bold. Just had a young adult Bible study about that tonight. Literally like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. And I live a good
Uh,
15 or 20 away, so I had to haul it back here, you know?
we got a couple different rankings tonight. There's a mystery segment. I have no idea what it is. Um, Trey has planned it. I have no idea at all what it's going to be. So we're going in blind. And then if you can tell by the thumbnail, there's going to be some Doomsday talk tonight. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
It's shaping up to be, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, probably the best podcast we've done so far. I'm going to throw that out there.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly feel like the more that we do them, the better they're getting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Well,
Like,
it's flowing a lot better, you know?
oh yeah, like the script making process. Like we said a couple weeks ago, we were already kind of having ideas for this particular podcast 2 weeks ago. Like when we
Yep.
made episode 3, and then we made episode 4, and then 5 was getting some things already added.
Right.
For naturals, we're getting there, Taya. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're definitely getting there. I think it's listen, I like we should almost start planning out some cool things for like down the road for episodes. You know what I mean? Be kind of cool.
Bro, can you imagine we end up going to Florida and it falls on the week where we do a podcast, bro?
Well, every
Like
week's a
like if
podcast
we
for
go on a
you.
month. Well, on like if we're there like during a Monday.
Mm.
It'd be the first podcast where we're just chilling
How would we
together, talking.
how would we do that?
We figure
That's
it out.
that's
But yeah,
interesting.
dude, our first
Sitting in Florida
podcast
at my
on
grandpa's,
location. Oh wow,
that could actually be really sick. No, now is not the time for that.
getting called.
Yeah, by a little 16 year. 17-year-old cousin of mine with orange hair.
That is true, Taya. We will be in Florida, but man, you imagine we did like a whole thing for the podcast, like a clip of the podcast. It wouldn't be live, but imagine we did it at MegaCon.
I had that thought. I've
That'd be
had that
sick.
thought.
What up,
Do you
Cam?
know how sick it would be to do a live one there with some of our viewers? That would actually be sick.
Oh, I'd be down.
Yeah, 100%.
That might be something we have to plan. All right, it's 5 after. We're gonna get into the news and rumors section of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Trey, tell everybody why you're so excited.
So first things first, I just put it on airplane mode because Cam reminded me. So appreciate that, my buddy. So yeah, the first topic for news and rumors, ladies and gentlemen, is about my boy, one of my favorite superheroes of all time, Robin, potentially joining Robert Pattinson's Batman. So the Batman 2. Super excited for that. I think if that's the actual case, which part of me doesn't believe it 100%, but part of me does. If it's the case, I'm super excited. I mean, come on, it's Robin.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about it in my initial reaction video to it, and regardless of how he shows up, I'm happy we are getting Robin, whether it's in both universes or whether we are combining the universes. Because I think the biggest thing that doesn't make sense to me, I don't feel like James Gunn's just going to let Matt Reeves introduce Robin before he does.
Yeah.
So, like, because Batman, he couldn't help. Batman was already introduced. But my thing is I still think that it's a very big possibility that Pattinson is still joining the DCU.
Ooh. I have a
And the
thought now
Robin
that I'm thinking
thing
about it.
makes it even more like of a thought for me. I think
Well,
that
for
it's
sure.
even more strong.
Especially because people are saying that the Batman 2 is going to be the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, I think it could be that for sure.
Yeah, I saw a very interesting thing on Twitter, and I'm bringing it up because we're talking about DCU Batman. Somebody literally had they made a list of the top 10 people that they think should play Batman in the DCU. Do you know who was number 3?
Number 3, Ben Affleck.
No. Taya's going to like it.
Don't say Winston Duke.
Winston Duke.
Winston Duke?
Winston Duke was number 3. Crapping on it. They were like, yeah, I don't think so. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh man.
I just had to bring that up, you know. But yeah, what's your theories about Robin? Do you think they're gonna do it?
I don't know. Because James Gunn's comment now, I don't know if James Gunn is just kind of covering it up or not, because he literally made the comment after the fact. He says, people stop believing everything that you see. He says only 6 people have read the script.
But he didn't say no.
Yeah, he didn't say no.
I think that's the thing.
So I don't know. I think that it's a very good chance that we will see Robin with Robert Pattinson for sure. I just don't know where it's going to be. But I think that Robert Pattinson is going to get what he wanted, because 2022, he literally said, he says, I want to have a Robin in my universe.
Yep. Quick segue. What Robin do you think we're getting? If we get it.
Now see,
in this,
that's where it gets.
So in the Batman universe, what Robin?
In the Batman universe, Damian Wayne makes no sense because he's year 2 going into year 3. He's not having a kid right now, so not Damian Wayne. I don't think it's going to be Tim Drake. I think that there's only 2 choices that could. There's 4 main Robins. There's been other ones, but the main 2 choices would either be Dick Grayson or Jason Todd. Now, my theory about this is you could do either one of them very well. We've already seen Dick Grayson on the screen by Chris O'Donnell with George Clooney's Batman. That one, it didn't seem a ton like Robin, but he did fine. But with that being said, if they did Dick Grayson again, and that's where it got introduced was in this universe, I'd be fine with it. But I think that if you were going to, I think that if you were going to merge these universes, I think it shouldn't be Dick Grayson. I think it should be Jason Todd. And my reason being is they're making a Teen Titans movie in the DCU. So you could have Dick Grayson leading the Teen Titans, and that sets it up for Jason Todd to be the Robin for Batman. And with that being said, the Joker has already been introduced. So imagine within this, no, it wouldn't be the second movie, but imagine like the third movie, or maybe even if he ends up getting more movies as playing Batman, and they finally bring it to live action where they do a death in the family and they kill off Jason Todd because the Joker kills him. So, and I think Jason Todd's the perfect gritty choice, him or Dick Grayson. But that's my assumption. If it's gonna stay where it's at in the universe, Dick Grayson or Jason Todd. If it's going to be merged, then make it be Jason Todd and let Dick Grayson have the Teen Titans.
That's fair. So, did you say Teen Titans is going to be a movie or a show?
Yes, but it's a movie.
Interesting. I was kind of hoping for a show, but at the same time, I'll take a movie.
Yeah, I think that they could do something beautiful with those characters. And I don't believe James Gunn. I know he's not writing them. I doubt he directs them either. But with him overseeing it, James Gunn is awesome at doing team up movies, as we saw with the Guardians.
Yeah.
So I think that he'll approve something really, really good for the Teen Titans as a film.
Yeah, that's true.
And shows, yeah, you can have more story told over a long period of time, but sometimes this is not always the case. But movies almost just feel more impactful.
Yeah, especially if they're hitting every single scene.
Yep. So like Superman.
Yeah, honestly, Fantastic Four. I didn't feel like there was a lot of missed moments there.
I agree. There was a lot more talking and a lot more action as opposed to Superman, but each scene that they did was still really, really good. Like they were able to have that many talking scenes without most of the fandom getting bored, and I thought it was great.
Agreed.
Anything else on that topic?
Hmm.
Who do you want to see? Which Robin do you want to see?
So there was a moment, chat, when I started smirking when he was talking, and I thought about saying who I wanted because I knew he was going to ask that question. And when it in my head popped an answer, and I was like, I cannot say that on stream because that will Evan will quote that. He'll put it in the Discord. Bad idea. Just my instant
I got
answer.
an idea.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna. I'm not.
I got an idea.
My answer is Dick Grayson. That's yeah. But again, I really like. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying it.
That's yeah. You know exactly what I was gonna say. It just
I
that
could
was the
say it
instant
now.
answer. That was the instant answer that I had, and I was like, let me not say that on the internet and be stuck forever. All right.
Yeah, we'd go from the infamous small one moment.
Yeah, it
to
would have been way worse.
Something
way worse.
That would have been pinned at the very top of the Discord.
Oh yeah, it definitely would have, and everybody would comment on it every day and tag me just to remind me.
We should do that with the quote now. Good idea.
Tag nabbit.
Good idea.
Yeah, but Dick Grayson for sure. A lot of it has to do with I'm a big Teen Titans fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I don't know. It's probably the one Robin I know the most about. I don't really know, especially there's a girl Robin, no?
Yes, that's a lot later on.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's from like the Batman Returns one where he's been gone from being Batman for years and he's like older.
Yeah.
But I think my big thing about it being Jason Todd would be that, especially if it's merged, because if they're already making a Teen Titans film, that's going to happen soon. So if it's Dick Grayson, then he won't be with him for a long time, because he'll leave the start the Titans or join the Titans.
Well, that's if this movie is DCU.
True.
If it's not, I don't know what, you know. It could go a whole different way if
I
it's
agree.
not DCU, you know?
But yeah, oh, I hope it happens.
Oh, me too. My thing is,
I absolutely hope it happens.
it's such a difficult topic because I want, like, you know how I feel about Pattinson's Batman. I think that is the best Batman film of all time, and I think he is probably my favorite Batman. But here's the thing: I love the character so much that I am totally okay with them doing two separate Batman stories at the same time. I'm okay with having his stories and then also a DCU Batman. I'm totally fine with that.
I think my biggest problem that I'm having with it is we're only going to get two more movies with Pattinson if he doesn't join the DCU.
That's true. However, if those two movies are absolute bangers and they do phenomenal at the box office, I could see them saying, we're going to approve another trilogy and keep him around and just keep going.
My only thing is, though, I think Matt Reeves is going to take the Christopher Nolan approach because they had a chance to make a fourth like Batman film. They just ended up not because of obvious reasons. But Matt Reeves is heavily talked about how like it's planned as a trilogy. I don't know if he's going to want to make another one after,
That's fair.
especially because he's taken like 2 to 3 years to write the script.
That's very true.
I
But here's the
know,
thing, though.
I know we had strikes and other things as well, but like still,
If the next two in the Batman series do so good, and like they do better than the 750 that the first one did, if they both do better than that, and the budget is around the same, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we know you don't want to, but here's a little bag for you," and he's probably gonna be like, "All right."
Pattinson is getting old too.
Well, but what's old?
He's already in his 40s.
Ooh, he's in his 40s and he's only on year two.
He doesn't look old,
No, he don't. No.
but physically, I don't know how much he's going to be able to take being Batman. And he even talked about that because of how long this one's taking. He's like, I'm gonna be a grandpa by the time we get to this third film.
That's true. Isn't he doing Dune?
Yeah, he's doing Dune. He's got Dune, The Odyssey coming out next year. Uh, who knows? Because James Gunn has said that Batman is probably going to show up before his own solo film. That makes me think Clayface, which comes out next year. So, what would you do if you saw Robert Pattinson as Batman next year in Clayface?
Oh, you know I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna
Imagine,
freak out.
imagine he shows up and Dick Grayson or Jason Todd or whoever's Robin is in that film, and that's when they see something happen going on with Batman and Clayface, and or like maybe Clayface kills Robin's parents, like Dick Grayson's parents, and they change that storyline a little bit. Clayface kills his parents, and that's how he ends up joining Batman. He grows up a little bit, maybe a year or two goes by, and then he's like, okay, I'm joining Batman.
My absolute dream happens, and they just pan over to show somebody watching the fight, and it's Tom Holland.
I don't see that happening.
I'm just saying, you want to talk about a crazy moment in a theater? Because if that were to happen, I mean, this is straight dream, guys, okay? This isn't going to happen. But if that were to happen, that's exactly who my brain would think that he is. That'd be the only reason.
I've heard a lot of people saying Timothy Chalamet should be Robin.
Ooh, I don't know how much I like that.
He looks almost identical to Tom Holland.
You think?
They're pretty similar. They talked about Timothy Chalamet being Harry Osborn at one point, which now, oh my gosh, this wasn't even on our thing today. This is a quick side note. Do you know who they're talking about possibly being Harry Osborn?
Um, the dude from Stranger Things, I think, right?
Yeah, Joe Keery, bro, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be sick. That could be sick. Who was it? Wait.
Anyways,
hold on. Now you got me sidetracked. If that happens, who's gonna play Norman? Are they
I
gonna
hope it's
recast?
McConaughey.
I don't want to
It's not going to be
recast.
Willem Dafoe.
See, but here's the problem with that. If they
Dude, that man
did,
is 72 years old, I think.
I get it. But if they did leave it as Willem Dafoe, the emotion that we would get from Tom would be freaking spectacular.
It could
It
be
would mean a
good,
lot.
especially if they're going to do in Brand New Day what I think they're going to be doing. Stay tuned for a theory video coming out very, very soon.
Yeah, I think we elaborated a lot on that one, but we had a lot to say. That was,
Oh yeah, that was our big piece of news. The next one though, speaking of Brand New Day, this one there's some speculation going on. Michael Mando is coming back to play Scorpion, and it's been confirmed. Like, and he's been teasing it. We haven't seen him for 8 years since he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which is crazy because it's taken 8 years for them to actually get around to having him be in the film.
that's been that long.
And by the time it comes out, it'll be 9 years since Homecoming came out. Uh, but Michael Mando's been teasing his costume for Scorpion. He's posted uh, two comic panels of Scorpion. And what's crazy about them, he could have picked any panel, but in both of the pictures that he's posted, the first one, Scorpion is standing next to Venom, and the second one, Scorpion has the symbiote suit on him. So it kind of leads me to think that Scorpion may end up having the symbiote suit at some point during this film.
That'd be cool. That would actually be really cool.
I'd be down. Like, I honestly don't know what's happening anymore with the villains of this film because Mr. Negative is apparently not the main villain.
Yeah, I've heard that he's not even in it.
No. Um, it seems likely that there's going to be because I've heard two different things. I've heard like Viper and Silver Samurai, which doesn't really make sense to me because they're X-Men villains, and that kind of makes you think, oh, is Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey? I don't think she's Jean Grey. I think Sadie Sink is going to be Gwen Stacy,
Yeah, I do too. I
and a big reason being, they said the other day there is a younger girl who's playing the younger version of Gwen Stacy in this film. So it's probably going to be a flashback to her childhood, and then Sadie Sink is her.
ooh,
I think Sadie Sink is going to be Gwen Stacy. So I don't think she's Jean Grey. It'd be sick. And that's like our first tease of the X-Men, but I don't see them doing it in the Spider-Man film. There's too much going on. And this is Tom's first alone movie,
dude,
even though
it
he's not
does seem
alone.
like there's a
Uh
lot going on. Like there really is a lot going on.
like so I don't know. I think one of the villains because they said the main villain, people haven't even said who the main villain is yet. So I'm confused. There's also going to be a newer villain. She's female. She's kind of like Japanese style. You have all these henchmen. Scorpion's going to have a big role, but you have the Scorpion, Tombstone, Ramrod, the Tarantula. There's a lot. I,
It's gonna be a
I,
really
I
good
think we're
film.
going to get a Fantastic Four. I think we're going to get a Fantastic Four montage sequence like the beginning where they're fighting all their villains, and then it's going to be short. Scorpion's going to have a big role, but I think some of the other ones, nah, not that much.
Well, see, so I watched shout out Josh the Den of Nerds. I watched his video today, and he was talking about so in the comics there's this whole like bar it's the hangout for all of the villains. I forget what he said it
Mhm.
was called, but he said he thinks that bar is going to be in the movie.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, so he said that's where a lot of these villains are going to get introduced. So I think that could be cool.
It could be cool. I think man, it could set up something beautiful if they end up having Kingpin be the main villain of Spider-Man
Dude,
5 because these guys could be henchmen. Sony, you need to let Marvel have the rights for film for Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
yeah.
I want Spider-Man and Daredevil to team up so badly.
What if
And who
okay,
better to team them up against than the Kingpin?
so what if we do get Spider-Man and a Kingpin as the main villain in one of his movies, but there's no Daredevil? How would you feel?
I want them to team up so bad. We've wanted this since Spider-Man 3, since No Way Home. Like, and Daredevil doesn't have to be in the whole film, but I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him fighting it side by side against Kingpin. Like it could be the whole movie is Tom and just him going up trying to figure out who it is, and he could go to Daredevil at some point for like insight of like okay that's kind of funny being insight because Matt Murdock's blind. But this is some advice on like okay who is this guy? How do I take him down? It could be something along lines. Obviously, he knows he's the mayor, but he doesn't know how to get to him. So he goes to Daredevil for some like, okay, this is how you're gonna do it because Daredevil he does it. And mm, Cam,
I
I
guess.
see that.
Go
Anything
ahead.
to prevent Tom from getting a solo film, I get that. But bro, you can't tell me. Would you not be happy if we had a Spider-Man Daredevil team up? Because that's the thing. I get it. I don't want Tom to have to rely on other heroes. I'd like to see him collaborate with other heroes. But my thing is you got to realize New York is like the most populated city of superheroes. And like, what did we get in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man? We had no other superheroes. What did we get in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? No other superheroes. You're telling me that he's not going to run into another superhero at any point in time while he's going around New York City?
Yeah.
They don't need to be. They don't need to be his mentor. They don't need to be. Oh, I'm going to guide you through this. But I'd like to see them team up.
So I've also heard that people have said they believe that the Hawk is going to end up being the main villain of this movie. I find it interesting. How do you feel?
I heard. I heard that in the beginning. I honestly think that there's going to be something. There's going to be something that is controlling him. If it's not Mr. Negative, I don't know what at the moment. He's going to be controlled because why on earth would Bruce Banner just be a bad guy?
Think he could be
But
controlled by Doom?
if that's the case, then he might be turning him into Maestro because the evil version of Hulk. My only thing is that should be like multiversal. I feel like the evil version of Hulk should be its own variant because if we're getting what we're getting in Doomsday, possibly with like the original Avengers all coming back as villains like Captain Hydra and Maestro, stuff like that, that'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that would be kind of. I don't fully agree with that. There was rumors. I think who somebody yesterday was talking about Doom's gonna have. What was it? Doom's gonna give him a suit or something in this movie. That's what it was.
I don't think that makes any
I don't.
sense.
I don't either.
Yeah, I agree, Cam. I don't think Doom's gonna have any part of this film. The only, no, actually, no. There's probably not gonna be a scene, not even the post credit scene.
Hmm.
But see, okay, that's why they make team up movies. I get that's why they make team up movies, but like they haven't made any team up movies other than the Avengers and then Guardians. Like literally, like and Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Okay, they started to make more team up movies, but like with Spider Man, like are they going to make like a New York like what are they called the Marvel Knights? Are they going to make that? Or are they going to have like a Defenders and Spider Man team up movie? If they did, I'd be happy. Yeah, Civil War was his intro, but like when are we ever going to get like a film of him and Daredevil teaming up other than a Spider-Man or a Daredevil film? Unless they just make a Defenders movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like we could see them in the Avengers, but that's like I want to see them, not everyone in Marvel. I want to see them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to do it. Yeah, they probably will have to. Will they though? Will they though? He does team up with every faction in New York City, which is also another reason why I think he's teaming up with people in this movie, like the Punisher's in town. And that's the thing too. The Punisher and Spider-Man just make sense. All right. I think I've said my piece about Spidey.
Oh, also real quick, I didn't know Bernthal and Tom Holland were such good friends, but apparently they are.
Oh, oh yeah, bro. They've done. I think because they did a film together before they were either the Punisher and Spider-Man, and they both filmed each other's audition tapes. Uh, for the roles, which they ended up getting, which is cool.
That's crazy.
You hate that the Punisher's in it? Why do you hate the Punisher's in it, Cam? I'm curious. Is it because they're going to tone him down a little bit? I've read that he's still going to be a psychopathic killer. He's just probably going to be. It's probably just going to be a little bit less violent than what Daredevil Born Again was. I read something earlier today too, though, and it made so much sense. It was like John Bernthal's Punisher may end up being the very first person in the entire MCU to call Spider-Man Webhead. Like hey Webhead, like or something like that, because nobody's called him it yet.
It's true.
Punisher in a PG-13 movie is not fun. Punisher would get ripped in half by the Hulk. He's gonna dude. They talked about it. He's gonna get the War Machine armor. He's gonna have the War Machine armor.
Ooh, you
Now,
think?
does that mean absolutely? They said he's gonna get an upgrade in this film, and yeah, no, he cannot stand anywhere near the Hulk without being obliterated. So unless they just want to kill off the Punisher in this movie, he needs something. Now,
There's no way they kill him off.
no, I do think we are going to get that scene though from the comics, like Civil War, when Spider-Man's almost he's like basically almost dead, and the Punisher's carrying him in, and he screams, "We need a medic." Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think the Hulk's going to be the one that almost kills Spider-Man though,
Ooh, really?
and the Punisher's going to end up. They're going to end up teaming up because they're all going to fight at some point. It's going to be like the Avengers, how they all like fought in the beginning and then they end up teaming up. It's going to happen when they realize who the villain is.
Do you think that they're going to destroy the suit in that opening whole thing where he almost gets killed by Hulk? Do you think that's when they're going to destroy the suit and then we're going to get a new suit?
I think the big reason he's going to get the new suit is just because. Wait, hold on.
Not the
Repeat that
symbiote
question.
suit.
I think my thoughts were.
Not the symbiote suit.
Oh,
Because,
I think the new suit he's getting is going to be the symbiote suit.
well, see, what people are saying is there's a lot of people online that believe the suit that we have seen in full reveal is not the same suit as the little short clip they showed. So people think that suit's going to get destroyed. The one he's wearing that was at the end of the last movie, and the one he's been wearing in all the pictures. And then that one that they showed just a little bit of is going to be a completely different suit.
Maybe.
To me, it
I
doesn't make
don't
much
know.
sense. But
I, I agree. I don't know how I feel about it.
because a lot of people don't believe he should get the symbiote suit till end of Doomsday, or maybe at the beginning of Secret Wars.
I could see it because he has it in the Secret Wars comics, but I don't think he's going to be in Doomsday. That's why I think he's getting it at the end of this film.
Hmm.
He's going to get it at
Oh,
the end of this film, and then he'll have it for for Secret Wars.
that could make sense. Dude, we're really just about to get Doomsday with no Spider-Man.
We're going to get into it though. Do you know how many people were in this film?
That is true. That is true. That's coming up later, chat.
All right, our third piece of news. Cam, hold on. Hold on. You're going to head out? All right. You have a good night too, Taya. All right.
So for the third piece of news, ladies and gentlemen, there is a big rumor going around that Ewan McGregor is going to be reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Ahsoka Season 2. Now, he has come out and said that that's not true. He said he misspoke. I think he is trying to cover for himself because I think he's full of crap. He's absolutely in Ahsoka Season 2, in my personal opinion. There's no way he's not. Way too many big normal scoopers have said that it's a fact that he's in it. And honestly, I think they're going to do some cool flashback stuff. So I don't see any way that he's not in it. I think he misspoke and it was an accident and they're trying to cover up for it. But I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Yeah. Like him just kind of pushing off, "Oh, I meant to say my wife." Yeah, you and I think that you're I think you just got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. Definitely got caught. I think there's a lot of cool things that they could do with Ewan in season 2, to be honest. But what I was seeing was one of the scoopers that said it in the first place, and then like now everybody's trying to backtrack. They said, "I promise you, he is in at least one episode, and the episode he's in is he's heavily in it." So My thought on that is more than likely flashbacks. Well, I mean, it's the most.
Flashbacks or World Between Worlds.
Hmm. I don't see why Obi-Wan would have anything to do with the World Between Worlds, though.
Well, maybe they'll go to Ahsoka and Anakin do something. Go through the World Between Worlds, and then they go to a point in time where he is at.
Hmm. That would be cool, but I say don't save him. Don't do something like that. Because if you try to
Oh, are you
save him,
saying like that
go ahead.
ruins everything?
Yeah,
That ruins everything because that messes up the original trilogy.
exactly my point.
Don't
Trying
do
to,
that. That
yeah, no,
happens. Star Wars fans are not going to be okay.
no, definitely do not try to use the World Between Worlds to save Obi-Wan. That's a bad idea. Um, now I could see them going through the World Between Worlds to get like just to talk to him and get some crazy advice. I could see them doing that. I kind of think it's stupid, but
Yeah, I do hope we get to see him. I love Obi.
oh,
I hope he is
100%.
in it. I hope they don't overuse him. We've talked about this. I don't want them to start overusing every single character.
No, definitely
Don't
not.
just bring them back because.
Part of me, and I'm going to be honest here, part of me believes them bringing in Obi-Wan and Anakin into this to do another Clone Wars flashback thing. I feel like they could be setting up a show. I really
How do
do.
you feel about Cam's comment about they already broke up the original canon?
Where?
Says they already broke up the original canon when he fights Vader multiple times in Obi-Wan show.
I mean, it's kind of fair, but there's a big difference between breaking that up a little bit and completely saving him from Vader killing him. That is not the same. Not even remotely.
There's been some there's been some really cool stuff that has happened that they've done between like the prequels and the original trilogy. But this is kind of where I'm at as a Star Wars fan. I think we talked about this maybe in the first episode of the pod or the second, but I'm kind of at the point. I wish that we would just start brand new, start
Mm.
fresh. I don't need it to connect to what's been. It's still a Star Wars movie, but completely new characters. They don't even know who the Skywalkers are. Nothing.
Especially
I
like
would
that
like them to
race
not
stuff that
touch
you
it
sent me.
anymore.
That stuff about. Go ahead. You can say it.
I'm just I think it's ruining it. It's really watering it down. What it used to be so special,
Mm.
and it's just kind of getting old now. And it's like now you're just messing with what we thought was good, and you're
Yeah.
making it worse by putting your own spin on it and making things happen that should not have happened.
Oh, 100%. Like, I get using source material for some things, but some of the decision making's a little off.
Yeah,
And like
but yeah, I agree.
I'm a big believer that they
I
should
don't.
use some Legends material, but all
Oh
that's gonna
yeah,
do is make the other half mad.
I still think that they need to make a cinematic Legends universe. Just do Legends. Don't make it canon. Just have Legends, but on the big screen. I'm fine with that. Honestly, I think a lot of fans will gravitate towards it now because it's like, well, canon's got problems.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
If you keep giving them passes, they're going to keep pushing, making the OGs obsolete. Yeah, I think the OGs were very special,
Yeah,
but instead of that, they aren't they making three more episodes? Yeah, Cam. They talked about having an Avengers Endgame culmination to whatever's happening with Ray. I think that that's not the move. I'm
it's
not a
not the move.
fan.
It's not the move. It's definitely not the move. I don't. Doing it with Dave's Heir to the Empire stuff, I think is perfectly fine. Um, but bringing back a bunch of old characters for race stuff.
Right? Like it's stupid. It just sounds like a cash grab.
Yep. And honestly, it seems like it would maybe be an unsuccessful one at that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's bring back Liam Neeson. Oh, let's bring back Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, let's bring Palpatine back for the third time. I'm not for it. If that happens, I'm not. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't even think I'd buy a ticket to be honest.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make the most sense to me. But
All right, my friend.
so we're gonna be designing.
Oh no, 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 no. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this segue. We're going to end up skipping it. All right.
I'm excited. Let's get it.
So, with all of this Star Wars talk, this this is an important segment. It's a very important segment, and do not let Trey get out of it because he wants to do this. I think,
I do
or
and I
I'm
don't.
making him do this against his will. Uh,
He's definitely making me do it
anyways,
against my will.
we
That's very
are
true.
going to be doing a ranking of all 12 Star Wars films. Yes, 12. That includes the Clone Wars animated movie. So we're ranking them from worst to best.
Worst to best. Worst to best. I say we go one
So
by
how do
one.
you one by one? Okay, we do one by one.
One by one, we're gonna. Should we start at the top? I feel like we know it. Nah, let's go worst to best.
Yeah, worst to best. Worst to best.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the worst Star Wars film, but is still a great film. I have number 12, the Clone Wars movie.
At number 12, coming in hot, is The Rise of Skywalker.
Interesting.
I,
Okay.
I, I think after reflecting on the years of this since it's been since we saw it originally, because I remember when we first saw it, like, oh, that was great, because I thought it was like, oh, that fixes 8. No, honestly, it was just it
Yeah.
was not good.
There's great moments
I
in
don't
it.
like episode 9.
There's great moments in it. It has its. The cinematography is obviously great, but the story's kind of weak. I mean, at number 11, I have Solo: A Star Wars Story.
At number 11, and to be honest, it pains me to do this. I actually enjoyed this more the most recent time I watched this, and there's got some really cool fight scenes in this movie. But at number 11, I'm going with The Phantom Menace.
Oh my lord! Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
11?
11.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Um. All right. Number 10, I have The Rise of Skywalker.
Number 10. Now, for a long time, this was my least favorite movie in the world. But now it's gone up a little bit since then, and I've given it a little bit more credit. We are going with The Last Jedi.
At 10?
Yeah, it sucks.
Wow. All right. Well,
It's
number
got
9.
cool moments. It's
It
just
does.
not it.
It does. It probably is the best looking Star Wars movie by far, in my personal opinion. By far.
Dude, it doesn't have Natalie Portman in it.
Well, okay. I'm gonna give you that because that's fair. That's fair. At 9, I have a movie that I still love. I mean, look, listen. I love all 12 of these. Okay, I'm just gonna say that because it's true. It's a movie that I love, a movie that I can watch a lot. But when I was doing my ranking, it just kind of fell where it fell. I have The Force Awakens.
Okay. At number 9 is where I have the Clone Wars movie.
Okay, that's actually kind of
I
high.
well, I like the Clone Wars era, bro. It's not the best movie. That's why it's lower. But like, I like the Clone Wars era. I really like the characters and the voice actors for it. I thought it was good. Like, but not great. But okay, I enjoyed it as a kid.
It was an introduction to my favorite character. So
Yeah.
I love it for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much else to say about Force Awakens being down there. I liked it. It was somewhat
Yeah.
a carbon copy of A New Hope, so I could not have put it
Yes.
above A New Hope for obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean,
Yep.
at 8, I have a movie that I love, once again, because I love them all. A movie that I love, one of the only ones I haven't seen in theater. I have Attack of the Clones.
Oh. Okay. You see, at number 8 is where I have The Force Awakens.
Okay.
So, so I didn't have a single one of the sequels in the top 7. Like I said, I still love The Phantom Menace. Darth Maul carries that movie heavily, though.
Yeah. Listen,
If he wasn't in it,
I don't have a. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say it, chat. I don't have a single sequel movie in the top 6. This one by far felt like the
aha,
closest to me. So 7, I have The Last Jedi. You can argue with me all you want about not liking The Last Jedi, but it was by far the best sequel movie. The story on its own, you look at that story, it was better than the other two. And it really wasn't even close. 9 just tried to undo everything the 8 did. 7 was just a carbon copy of A New Hope. 8 was the most original story, well crafted movie. I just enjoyed it. I really did.
I think the reason it gets so much hate though is it broke up the connectedness.
That's fair.
Which, if they wanted it to be connected, they should have just let J.J. Abrams direct all of them.
Agreed.
Because
Biggest
then
downfall.
9 would have been better. 9
Yep.
would have been better because he wouldn't have had to make up for 8.
I still say that original script for 9 from Colin Trevorrow crapped on J.J. Abrams. It was way better.
Oh, for
It
sure.
was way
For
better.
sure, dude.
Yeah,
They should have let him do it.
they should have. They absolutely should have. That was a great script. But see, that's the thing. Was the script great because we didn't like what we got with 9, or was the script great because the script was great? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, getting to the top half, ladies and gentlemen, we're kind of speeding through this. At number 6, I have The Phantom Menace.
What's your 7?
7 was The Last Jedi.
Oh, I did not say my 7.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're cool. You're cool. I don't care what anyone says. Till the day I die, Han Solo was my boy, baby. Solo was 7.
Solo is
I
7.
know there's things about it. I understand. I understand why people crap on it. There's things that don't make sense. I don't like the way he got his name. But seeing him acquire the Millennium Falcon, seeing a young Lando, I thought Donald Glover was fun.
Oh, yeah. He did great in the role.
Kira?
Chat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Bro, Maul?
That was sick. That they never capitalized on that either, which is sad. Um,
Yet.
but yeah,
Yet.
yeah, it's kind of how I feel about Moon Knight.
I think, I'm going to
But
say this now. Truly in my heart, I believe they're going to bring Kira in Maul's show that's coming out next year. Kira will be in that show at some
Ooh.
point, whether it's the end of the show, which could be a couple of seasons down the road, or if she's in it from the get go. I think they're gonna do something with her.
and from that comment that was about to come out. Um, all right, buddy, what's your top 6?
So at number 6, I have the Phantom Menace.
Okay, this is where I put Attack of the Clones.
You have Attack. Oh, you have Attack way above the Phantom Menace.
I do. I know Anakin is so whiny. I blame George. It's George's fault. But seeing just all of the Jedi together on Geonosis is sick. I love Dooku. Dooku's phenomenal. Uh, Getting to see more of Yoda just fighting, and I liked a lot of that stuff. Kamino was a cool planet. Seeing that the clones get made, which ended up leading into Clone Wars, which was dude, I like Attack of the Clones.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a great movie, bro. I love it. I can't wait to see it in theaters because that's. Let's see, what have I not seen? I haven't seen the Clone Wars movie. Attack of the Clones, A New Hope, and Empire. That's it. That is it.
Same.
Ready to go to 5?
Yep, let's go top 5 Star Wars films.
Now, I'm going to throw this out, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds to me like me and Evan have the same movies in the top 5.
We do.
We do. The order is probably going to be different, which is okay. But we do have the same top 5. At number 5, I have Rogue One.
At number 5, I have Rogue One.
All right. That's interesting.
It didn't make sense to put it any higher to me.
Not over the other 4.
No.
I will say I thought about putting it over the one I have at 4. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I cannot do that. I can't do it.
Because you have number 4 as A New Hope, don't you?
Yeah.
So do I. And it's for the sole reason. Without A New Hope, we don't have Rogue One.
Yeah. 100%. Now, granted, without A New Hope, we don't have any of it. So we can say that.
True.
But
again, story-wise, it wouldn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't. So, yeah. Our 4s are both A New Hope, and our 5s are Rogue One. Interesting. I'm going to let you go first at 3.
My top 3 is kicking off with, at number 3, Return of the Jedi.
At number 3, Return of the Jedi.
We got the same top 5.
I think we do too. Yeah. Which is perfectly fine. Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi, I'm going to say this. If we were to do this list, now again, this is what we think is best or worst to best. So, if it was favorites, Return of the Jedi is probably not 3. I'm going to throw that out there. There's a handful of these films I like more than the Return of the Jedi. Just as a favorite standpoint.
Honestly, I think my top 3 is my favorite 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
I love Return of the Jedi. I probably watched it the most. Maybe almost as much as Empire growing up. I love Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Yep.
Honestly, my least favorite of the original trilogy is A New Hope.
Yeah, it's the slowest by far.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the second greatest Star Wars film of all time is Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith is number 2.
Yep. And then, of course, the greatest Star Wars film of all time, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, you shouldn't put anything over Empire. Empire's phenomenal.
No. Empire...
I feel like that's the one that fans should never argue about.
No. And that's the thing, like, you know, people can argue that, like, of course, I say it's the greatest film of all time in general. There's films that you can argue, okay? There is not a better sequel than that. There's not. What are you going to say?
So, no. So I'm going to ask you. Obviously, with it being a Batman film, we know Batman doesn't carry. But The Dark Knight, bro? How close would you put it to Empire as the best sequel? Because that's not a bad movie. For being a sequel, that's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. That is fair. That's probably one of the better answers that I could have heard for sequel.
Because, dude...
But I still don't think it's better.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who think The Dark Knight's a bad movie. I know a lot of people that don't think it's a good Batman movie, but that's a great movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's sad, too, because I love Bale. I love Christian Bale.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies
dude, that was sick, though.
Yeah, that was our Star Wars movie rankings. It was kind of interesting. I was very nervous to do it, but I'm fine with it now. Yeah.
Look at that. You did good.
That's correct.
And honestly, the only comment we got was about me putting Phantom Menace below any Rey movie. I felt bad doing it, but I had to. For me.
I mean, I had Phantom... Wow, I didn't have Phantom Menace below any Rey movie. That's crazy. I had it just above Last Jedi. Interesting.
Like looking back at it, I guess you could move them down and put Phantom Menace at 8, but I don't know. Well, that's for another day. Maybe I'll change my opinion.
Did you enjoy seeing Phantom Menace in theaters? Because you went with us.
Oh, I did. I don't dislike Phantom Menace at all. I think I'm not a fan of Anakin as a kid. I don't
I
like
get
him.
it.
Nothing against
Trade
Jake Lloyd.
Federation's
I just
kind
don't
of
like his
weak too,
character.
but
It's it gets me kind of just tired. I'm kind of just bored when it's all the politics of Star Wars, and like Darth Maul does carry that film. It's just without Darth Maul, that's arguably the worst film.
ooh, I get it.
Like take Darth Maul out of that film. It's I don't think it stands.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair take.
Uh, but ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our newest section. This is going to be something we're doing over the next 6 to 7 episodes of the pod. We're actually pretty excited for this. So, in this new segment, we will be picking who we would like to see on an opening roster for a DC Rivals game if they were to ever make one.
Which I think
James
I do
Gunn
think it's coming.
is,
Yeah.
I do as well. I think it'd make a lot of money. And James Gunn is very open to the idea of designing this game and making it, well, not him designing it, but having it designed for DC. Because he's involved in the gaming stuff as well, as far as projects that come out. So how this segment is going to work. Trey and I are going to be drafting members to a 33-man roster. There was initially 33 members in Marvel Rivals roster when it launched, so that is what we're going with. And we will be picking back and forth, adding a new member to the roster until we have 33 members. But we will be making 3 picks each per week. So we're going to do this over the next several episodes of the pod. But this is who we'd like to see on an opening roster for DC Rivals if it comes out. And you know what, buddy? Because I know who you want to pick. You can go first.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, with the first pick, I think if you make a DC Rivals game, you must have this character, and that is Robin. Threw him for a loop, chat. You see his face? Threw him for a loop. Gotta have Robin. That's my boy, baby.
Okay, I'm making you pick which Robin then.
Oh, I'm gonna say Dick Grayson because I think that you have to eventually have Teen Titans in the game too.
So, Dick Grayson's Robin.
Yep.
Which you could eventually do a Nightwing skin with him as well.
You could. Well, see, that's the thing.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, do you think that they would end up doing one Robin with multiple skins and then Nightwing? Or would you just do that character and you can just use all the skins?
Each of them have their own personality. Because like Jason Todd becomes the Red Hood. Like
It's true.
Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. Tim Drake is the Red Robin. Yum. Then you have Damian Wayne. He's like a sword master. Like, so they each
That's
have their
fair.
own thing. So, and they all have different fighting skills. So that's why I think it should be a specific.
That's fair.
All right. So if he's picking Robin, I guess I have to pick Batman. You can't have a DC Rivals game without Batman. That's who I thought you were going to take.
Honestly, that's who I was originally going to take, but I wanted to throw you for a loop, so I did.
So you knew we'd be on the roster anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you're not leaving Batman off. And honestly, if you would have picked somebody else there, I was taking him anyway. So it didn't make a difference.
For
and
sure.
It's not like
Who
we're
you going
picking
with
against
next?
each other. We're picking just...
Oh, we're designing a roster.
Yeah, pretty much. I do have a thought, though, for maybe we could start it next week and do a little bit more research into our characters and figure out their player type and some of their abilities.
Honestly, once we have our 33-man roster, I think we should go in and then put them in places.
That's fair. Okay.
And then we could even design. Like after that, we could even go into designing seasons for it. Like we could pitch an idea to DC. Like even if they already had the idea, like
Listen, DC, we only want 105% of all sales. Okay, that's all we want.
absolutely.
All right,
All
97.
right, who you picking next?
Um, you gotta take Superman. Superman has to be in the game.
See, I was debating it just because we don't have anyone like him in Rivals.
Yeah.
Closest
Yes.
thing to him would be the Sentry,
I was about to
and
say
it's like,
Sentry.
well, you could have other heroes, but I think that's the closest one we'll probably get. And in doing so, you have to make him have a weakness. So I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so part of me is kind of thinking because we didn't just start off with all heroes, we started off with some villains as well. Um, and I also want to kind of go along the lines of like character types that are similar to rivals, but also are Marvel rivals, but also similar to or something we haven't had yet. And I think with that being said, I'm going to draft. I'm going to draft the Flash
Interesting. Okay.
because we don't have a speedster in rivals. Like if we ever get Quicksilver, I'd be really happy with it. But I think it'd be interesting to see what you can do with like how you handle him being fast and if there's a cooldown. It could be like kind of. No, I don't like the Flash movie at all. But what they did with him, like how he ran out of energy and how something like to go get recharged, that'd be kind of cool. So something like that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like the answer has to be Wonder Woman. To be honest.
See, so you're going with the big. We got the big three on the.
Yep. Wonder Woman,
All
Robin,
right,
and Superman's who I picked. Yeah.
and I got Batman, the Flash. Part of me is debating if I want to go with another Justice League member or if I want to kind of branch out a little bit. Hmm. Because there's a couple Justice League members that are coming to mind right now, but I'm like, oh, do we pick a
Well,
villain?
we could maybe do all villains next week.
That's true. So I think in that case, I'm going to pick Green Lantern.
Ooh, okay. There's
Using
a
his
lot you could do with that
constructs would be really
character.
cool.
Yeah.
There's another one that I did not name. He's very similar to another character that's already in Marvel Rivals, though, and I'm like, I will save. But all right, so our opening six picks to the roster, we have Robin as the number one pick. We have Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. So
That's a solid
next week
six.
we will continue.
Yep.
We will continue to add to our roster next week.
Yep. That's a
All right,
solid
buddy.
six.
Let's get into our next segment, which we will be doing our 2025 superhero rankings,
I'm gonna
superhero
throw
film
this
rankings.
out. So I'm gonna throw this out there, chat. Evan and I are once again about to have an identical list. I think.
Yeah, probably.
If not, he throws me for a loop somewhere here. Number 4, and I'm gonna start this off by saying I love this movie. We talked about it. So me and him watched this movie before we started the podcast. But we were doing lives on TikTok, and we talked about it on there. So I love this movie. I'm gonna throw it out. I'm not. There's no hate on this movie, but I think at number 4, it's pretty obvious. It's Captain America: Brave New World.
Yep. And biggest reason we talk about it with Cam, just they showed too much.
Yeah,
Still really good. Like I think I ranked it an 8.5 out of 10.
I think I did too. 8.4 or something like that. 8.5. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I enjoyed the film a lot. It's not bad.
I thought
I
it was
think
a
this
good
has been a
film.
phenomenal
Yeah.
year.
Oh, very much a good year. But I will say, I think next year's going to be 10 times better. I really do.
All right, so number 3, we going with the Thunderbolts.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. Again,
Thunderbolts 3.
this movie made me just, I don't know. It gave me a feeling that I hadn't felt for a while with Marvel movies, and just seeing the dynamic that this team had, the way it was handled, and seeing just this movie in theaters, I had a good time with the Marvel film for the first time in a long time. So this film's it's very very good as well.
Yeah, it is a very good film. I enjoyed it. You and I were loving it when we were sitting there. The Sentry was sick in the movie. Pretty cool.
Yelena's awesome. Love the Red Guardian. I love them. I thought that he took
Bucky
some of the characters that some people don't even care about, and you put them together, and like, wow, you made us care about them. So
made
yeah,
us care about the new Avengers. Yeah.
with the Z.
Yeah. All right. At number 2, we know what our answer is, but it's Superman. Phenomenal film.
Yeah, we put Superman at 2.
Yeah.
Love the film. Honestly, picking between them, it's not an easy decision. I like both very, very much. They're very, very close in both of our rankings. But yeah, we both just enjoyed Fantastic Four a little bit better.
Yeah. So at number 1, we have Fantastic Four, clearly. Again, I don't think this was a bad year for superhero films.
No, 2025 has been really, 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 really good for films.
It's
and
definitely been a step up and an improvement. Yeah.
and next year is the starting year for, I believe, 2 Marvel movies a year.
Ooh. But we're getting 2 DC movies a year, right?
Yeah, it could be 2 to 3, but some years are going to be 2. Like next year at the moment is for sure 2,
Okay.
unless they change and add something. But
Before we move on from this, do you
yep,
want to go over the 4 for next year? Because I think it's 4, is it not?
yes, at the moment we have the first film that's coming out next year will be Supergirl that comes out in June. Then after that, a month later, just over a month later, we have Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Marvel and Sony, please watch me work so I can come to this premiere. Uh, then we have, and obviously my boy, he needs a ticket.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
but so we got Spider-Man. After that, in the fall, we got Clayface, which is shaping up to be a horror film, and then we have Avengers Doomsday in December.
Dude, that's going to be a good setup.
We have a chance for there to be 2 back-to-back really, really solid years of superhero films.
I'm gonna throw Evan for a loop really quick and ask him a question. Do you think so? If you just thought off of right now, what do you think you would rank next year's films?
Based off of what I'm excited for, or how I think they're gonna do.
How you think they're gonna? How you think you're gonna? What are you gonna like the most and the least?
What I think I'm gonna. Oh, that's hard.
It is.
Is this it?
No,
Oh, wow. Okay. Uh,
I was
what I
just
think I'm
using
gonna
this as
like
a
the
segue off
most.
the last one.
I honestly feel like I'm going to. I think you're asking me to put Spider-Man against everybody, and it's gonna be tough. But right now, I genuinely feel like this is shaping up to just be something special with the Spider-Man film.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever had a movie show us this much stuff within the first. They're making it feel like he's a real person,
yeah,
like he's in real life. And I think this film's gonna be special. I think Spider-Man's gonna be number 1 for me.
yeah. I would say me
Um,
too.
Number 2, this might throw everybody for a loop. I think I'm putting Clayface at 2.
That depends.
I'm
That depends. If Batman shows
I'm
up in
really
Clayface,
excited.
I'm yeah,
Yeah, I'm really excited for Clayface. Especially because they're adapting the story from Batman the Animated Series. It's going to be more horror like, but I think it's going to be awesome. Seeing him for the first time in live action, oh, it's going to be great. Uh, I'm not going to lie either. This is kind of where it gets tough because I am excited for all of these films. And you're asking me to possibly put an Avengers movie last. Um, which I might. I don't think I will, but it's close because I think the biggest thing that's going to save this movie is Robert Downey Jr. Uh, and it's just there's a lot that we don't know. There's not been any setup for it, but I think I'm still going to put Doomsday at 3, and then I'm going to put Supergirl at 4, just because I like Supergirl, but never been like a massive, massive fan of Supergirl. So I'm excited to see what she does, but I'm a little bit just like that's the one that's on the bottom for me. So if I think that's going to be the best for me, what I'm going to enjoy the is going to go Spider-Man to Clayface to Avengers Doomsday to Supergirl.
And Spider-Man's going to be even more like we're going to love it even more because it's going to be our first premiere.
Absolutely, dude. I'm not even going to lie. When this happens, I guarantee you, I'm going to cry. I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
cry.
it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to make it happen.
All right.
I
Welcome
would
back,
say
Taya.
I would say my list is probably identical to yours.
Really? You got Clayface at 2?
Yeah. Well, again, if we get Batman, if there's no
What if we're
Batman,
not getting Batman?
if we're not getting Batman, man, I might have to put it 4 then at that point and just move everything up.
After Supergirl?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Clayface
Doomsday
is
would be 2.
sick, bro.
Yeah. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise topic. This is 100% a surprise for Evan. He has no idea the question.
I'm scared.
It's kind of a segment I feel like we should do a lot and kind of alternate who asks what question. Um, it's kind of a difficult question. I think he's going to. I don't know what his answer is going to be. I have no idea. So here it is. Who would be the better hero if you switched Batman to New York City and Spider-Man to Gotham? Who struggles more? Who's the better hero?
I feel like my initial instinct is going to say that Batman's the better hero. And biggest reason being, I don't think it's going to take Batman extremely long to figure out what the weakness of everybody is. And Batman also deals with a lot more fantastical villains that are a lot more powered. Uh, and they just have a lot more different abilities. Spider-Man's villains normally are they're still human. They're just their weapons are more enhanced. Their training's different. I honestly think that Batman would have an easier time defending New York than Spider-Man would in Gotham. Not that Spidey couldn't handle it. I just think that it'll be easier for Batman.
I very much agree. Yeah. I think Spider-Man would struggle a little bit for sure.
Like, don't get me wrong. Peter's awesome as well, and he's very, very intelligent. He'd figure it out. It's just it'd take him longer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Agreed. Very much agreed. What's up, Drea?
What up, Drea? Man, I did like that though. That was nice. I was actually scared. I was like, man, what's he about to ask me?
You
I
had
thought it
no
was about to be
clue?
another one of those red pill things, bro, where you were about to make me pick.
Oh.
So I don't. I thought you were about to break my heart on the pod again.
Nah, nah. Definitely not nothing like that. But now, see, now you got to think about next week's question because
I
we
do.
got to make that a regular thing.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. That was a good one.
I will say we're hitting it about on stride again.
We're doing pretty good,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen. The main portion of our discussion tonight for the pod. If you have not already paid attention to what Trey's thumbnail is for this, or what I put in the Discord, those who are in Discord, we are talking about Avengers Doomsday, and not just about the movie. We have a question, and we're going to try to answer it the best we can tonight. Is Avengers Doomsday doomed?
Yep. Is it gonna flop?
So,
Is it gonna flop?
we have a lot to break down. We're going to be breaking down potential cast. We're going to be talking about the budget. We're going to be talking about the rumored plot and what we've heard so far about the film. We're going to be discussing Marvel fatigue, and we're going to be talking about what we personally are skeptical about right now when we think about the film and where it's going to go. So that's going to be probably the next 30, 35 minutes. So everybody, buckle up, get your popcorn. We're going to talk, and we would like to hear your thoughts as well. So,
hold on, pause.
Starting off with this cast.
Pause.
Yeah.
Read Drea's comment right now. Alive.
The bottom one?
Like, read out loud.
If it flops, I'll follow Nathan off that bridge.
Drea is currently watching One Tree Hill. That's funny.
Yes. She does not have any intention going off of a bridge, YouTube, so please do not comment or give us a community strike. So this cast already is hefty. As we saw, we had that chair announcement where they announced it's so slow casting, but we got those members. There's actually a rumor that we're going to be getting a second cast announcement on August 27th. So
that's interesting. I don't know what the full cast is right now, and I know you're going to read it. But I can't believe they're literally going to double chat what we're getting, like what he's about to read. They're going to double that, which is just insane.
Yeah, currently the confirmed cast members of this movie, there's 27 of them. So I'll read them to you. We got Dr. Doom, RDJ. We got Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic. Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Vanessa Kirby's Invisible Woman. Anthony Mackie's Captain America. Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier. Eben Moss Bachrach's The Thing. Simu Liu's Shang-Chi. Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova. We got Lewis Pullman's Sentry. Shout out to Teo. We got Winston Duke and Baku. We got Tom Hiddleston's Loki. We got Patrick Stewart's Professor X. We got Rebecca Ramajin's Mystique. So some X-Men characters.
Professor
We got
X.
Joseph Quinn.
I didn't know he. What?
Yeah, Professor X. He's confirmed.
All right.
So he's one of the X-Men. We got Rebecca Ramajin's Mystique confirmed. We got Joseph Quinn's Human Torch. Paul Rudd's Ant-Man. James Marsden's Cyclops. So there's a third X-Men. We got Channing Tatum's Gambit, which he wasn't in the OG X-Men. He was in the stuff from Deadpool. So Channing Tatum's coming back. We have David Arbor's Red Guardian. Hannah John Kamen's Ghost. So we're getting the Thunderbolts. Wyatt Russell's U.S. Agent. Ian McKellen's Magneto. Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler. We got Danny Ramirez's Falcon, Kelsey Grammer's Beast, Letitia Wright's Black Panther, and Tenoch Huerta's Namor. That is the cast so far.
So there's some heavy hitters missing.
Yeah. Especially if you hear the lists I'm about to read.
For what?
For the rumored casting that is coming out August 27th.
Ooh. All right.
Because, dude, right there, looking at the list we have the Fantastic Four. We have an Avengers team. Basically, we could kind of break down who's on the Avengers from this list by eliminating. Because we have the Fantastic Four, we have the New Avengers, and we have the X-Men. So outside of that, not including Namor, he's not going to be an Avenger. So the Avengers are probably going to end up being from this what we know so far, we have Black Panther, we have Falcon, we have Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, and Captain America. Because unless M'Baku, I think M'Baku's just going to be helping Shuri. So there's 5 members of the Avengers team currently, not counting the new Avengers, not counting Fantastic Four or X-Men, and obviously not Doom. But so not too shabby. I don't dislike anybody who's on that team. So, are you ready for this rumored casting?
Oh, very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just read 27 names for who is in the film for sure. These are 33 other people who could possibly be in this film, making a total of 60. For your reference, Avengers Doomsday had 63 characters. This is 3 less than Endgame. So, we have Mark Ruffalo as Hulk, Benedict Wong as Wong, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, Don Cheadle's War Machine, Karen Gillan's Nebula, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, Aman Vellani as Miss Marvel. We have Denai Guerrera as Okoye, Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. We have Kihei Kwan as Obi, Ouroboros from Loki. We have Teyana Paris as Monica Rambeau, Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, Dominique Thorne as Ironheart. We have, I can't pronounce her first name, but the girl who plays America Chavez, Sophia DiMartino as Sylvie. We have possibly Tatiana Maslany as she. We have, oh my goodness, I've never read his name in my life. Yahya Abdul Mateen, Wonder Man, who's getting a show in December. Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang. Wunmi Musaku as B-15. We have Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambeau. Famke Janssen as Jean Grey from the original X-Men. We have Halle Berry's Storm. Kay Zinn as Phyla. She's the other animal that was in Guardians. That was like Rocket's girlfriend. We have Owen Wilson as Mobius. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Charlize Theron as Clea. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Haley Atwell as Captain Carter. Bradley Cooper as Rocket. Vin Diesel as Groot. Maria Baklava as Cosmo. And Chris Evans as Steve Rogers.
That is a hefty list.
Like, I'm tired from reading it.
Yeah. Hefty list, very much.
But there's so many people who aren't on this list. Which I know you have Secret Wars coming as well.
Was Hugh on it? Did you say
but
Hugh?
So, no Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. No Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think they're saving Hugh for Secret Wars. It makes more sense. Especially because they just had a movie with him. I don't think they're trying to overdo Wolverine. They're going to try to give some of the X-Men some shine. He could come back to be part of them. I think it'd be fine. But I don't... So, he could be in this. This is rumored. This is not a finalized thing. So there may be different people. Some of these people may not even be in this film. But, yeah, so at the moment, no Hugh Jackman, no Tom Holland. We don't have Toby or Andrew, which I think will be in Secret Wars. An established MCU character, though. Where is Kate Bishop?
Yeah. I had that thought when you said Hawkeye.
Yeah, no Kate Bishop. No Scar. I don't know if they're going to do anything with him anymore at all. You don't have Billy Maximoff or Tommy Maximoff, Wanda's kids. We don't have... There's several of the X-Men that they could bring back. They brought back a lot of them, but no Moon Knight, no Daredevil, no Punisher, no Jessica Jones or Luke Cage or Iron Fist. So none of the Defenders, which they're all street level. I don't really know if all these people are going to be here anyway.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy. And 60 people, though, I understand why you're not going to have everyone. I think a lot of these people are going to die.
Really?
I think a lot of them are going to get off in this film because there's no way you're going to have 90 characters in Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, dude, you bring back both Fantastic Four teams. You bring back Hugh, Toby, and Andrew. You bring back multiversal characters. Get Miles Morales. There's a ton of stuff. Like, so it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Drea. There's going to be a lot of people who's not going to make this film.
Yeah.
So basically, casting wise, what are you thinking about casting? If you had a cast of these 60 people, and this is the only thing we're basing off right now, do you think that this film would do well?
Oh, if their story is good enough, yes. There's no reason in the
And
world that they shouldn't be able to give us a great story with um, the actors and actresses playing the characters that you just named. No reason shouldn't have a good story.
especially because it's the Russo brothers as well, who've done Civil War. They've done Infinity War, and Endgame, and The Winter Soldier. They know Marvel very well,
Yep, very much.
so they can handle it. So casting, I don't think's a problem.
No.
Some of these characters I don't understand, especially the rumored ones. There's some rumored ones I don't understand in this film. Personally, I don't see a lot of the Guardians having a part. I see Star-Lord having a part in this film, but not the Guardians.
I think the biggest problem with it is a lot of these characters are getting their first introduction to the MCU. And I don't really think you do that in Doomsday. But
No. And like, dude, a character like America Chavez being in this film. I read something at one point. They were literally talking. There's the only reason she's going to be in this film is to open up a portal to a different multiverse so they can go through. That's literally it.
I mean, it makes sense. So she's gonna be in the movie
It
for
makes
two
sense.
minutes.
Like literally, it's stuff like that that I'm like, why? Yeah, that's how you get there, but you're gonna hire her just to have 2 minutes and that's it, and you just throw her away because she's only been in Multiverse of Madness. We've never seen.
Yep.
So, casting wise, so far, I don't think this movie's doomed.
No, casting wise, I think it should be fine, as long as the story's not complete buns.
I'm not gonna lie though. At the moment, kind of looking ahead, this may be the only area right now that I'm thinking that we're okay in,
Ooh.
which is kind of sad. Well, we're gonna talk about the budget next.
Yep.
Do you remember how much this film is gonna cost, buddy?
Nope. Oh,
I'm pretty. Yeah, yeah,
is it a B?
yeah, dude. It's a female dog.
Chat. $1 billion on Doomsday. That is.
$1 billion movie is insane.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes hand in hand with what we're about to talk about now because well in a minute because $1 billion movies for a movie that has not been set up is insane.
Yeah.
Like I get there's standalone films. I get there's standalone films that nobody's heard a thing about them before and they come out and they can make $1 billion. I get it. And you're bringing back RDJ. You're bringing back some of our childhood beloved superheroes. But are you really trying to use nostalgia? Nostalgia works a lot, but you're going to use nostalgia to try to make $2 billion.
I was about to say the problem is to break even, they got to do 2 billion at the box office, which is just
Because the amount of marketing they're going to do for this film is insane.
this is a genuine question. Do you think if this movie flops hard and they do like 7 or 800 million, do you think they'll just cancel Secret Wars?
No.
Really?
I think regardless of what happens, they're going to finish out the plan that they have because they have a plan. And once they get through Secret Wars, that's when that soft reboot's happening, and it's a brand new ballpark.
Interesting.
So it's going to happen regardless. I think it's going to really hurt Secret Wars and what it could have been
True.
if it flops.
What's the
But,
highest grossing film of all time? Like, what's the number?
oh, I don't know off the top of my head. It's over 2 billion, right?
I thought Avatar did close to 3. I could be wrong.
It might be close to 3. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah,
Um,
Dre is saying Titanic. I thought Avatar was the number one movie. Titanic got re-released, it passed it, and then I think Avatar got re-released and it passed it again.
yeah. Interesting. I do have a bold prediction. If Doomsday does phenomenal, and it does hit its 2 billion, and it's great, phenomenal movie, everybody loves it, MCU's in a good spot, and they set up some things well, I think Secret Wars will be the highest grossing film ever.
Oh, I don't dislike that take.
Not at all. If their setup is good, but again, I will say it's going to be hard to do with. We literally have Spider-Man, Doomsday, another film that's unannounced, and Secret Wars. That's going to be hard to do. They have nothing coming out to help it.
No, it's how you feeling now? You feeling with cast and with budget? Where are you putting it? You think it's doomed yet?
I wouldn't say doomed, but I'm not the most hopeful. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm brought down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now this next one for rumored plot, it has a chance to either bring our rating up or bring it down more. So, as far as rumored plot, I think the biggest elephant in the room is obviously the thing that hurts it is no setup. Like we had two post-credit scenes. That's it.
Yep.
So that setup's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I agree. That's kind of the setup is what I put in my what I'm worried about.
Because think about it. Like think about how long they set up Thanos.
Yep.
Like even Kang had more setup.
That's true.
Even
Dude,
Kang had more setup, bro. He was
I
in
did not think
Loki.
about that.
He was in both seasons of Loki and Ant-Man.
Yep.
And he was gonna be in more before Kang Dynasty came out, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, as far as the plot goes, we don't know a ton yet about it. From rumors and speculation that's been happening, um, there's going to be something that happens, especially cassette photo. There's going to be something that happens. Obviously, now, I believe everybody in here has seen the Fantastic Four, so if you have not, I'm going to give you a quick spoiler warning. So you can leave now. But, the Fantastic Four's universe did not get destroyed like some people thought. The Fantastic Four's universe is going to be used in Doomsday. It's going to happen. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if it opens in their universe with Doom and Invisible Woman fighting over Franklin.
Yep.
Could be a pretty strong opening.
Could you imagine? It opens with that scene, and he's trying to take Franklin, and that's all she's in the movie because he kills her. I will say, part of me would hate it, but part of me would be like, yo, they're not messing around. Doom's going crazy.
It set the tone real quick.
It would, yeah.
I think it'd be horrible as far
Oh,
as, you just introduced like someone who you're considering being part of your next big franchise.
well, Franklin can bring her back again.
I You can't do that. That would ruin the first movie.
It would.
It's just, oh, nobody could ever die. I'd be upset. But
No one's
so
ever
their
really
universe
wrong.
is still going to be around. Yeah. So, but their universe is still around. I think what's going to end up happening is the 616 heroes. It'd probably be the Avengers and a mix of the new Avengers, not all of them. Uh, and then they're going to be showing up to the Fantastic Four's universe. I also think that the X-Men, I think the X-Men's universe is probably going to end up getting destroyed. I think that's what's going to happen. They're not going to have a universe, and they're going to end up showing up in the Fantastic Four's universe because we've already talked about it. There's supposed to be a fight scene between all of the heroes because they don't know each other. It's going to kind of be like Avengers 1, like. But the guy who plays Nightcrawler, Alan Cumming, he literally talked about a scene. He got in trouble from talking about the scene where he was talking about, yeah, he says, what am I doing in this? And it's like, okay, oh, this is the scene where you're supposed to be Mr. Fantastic in the face. So there's a fight scene that's going to happen between all the heroes.
Interesting.
Um, so we don't know a lot about Doom though.
No, nothing.
The biggest the biggest thing that I've heard about Doom is the TVA is supposed to be in this film heavily, and it's supposed to be where the film ends. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's very possible the film is going to end and it's going to be Doom capturing Loki to take his power.
I was imagining he's gonna kill him.
I don't know if he'll kill him. I could honestly, because see, that's the thing. Chris Hemsworth is going to be around for a long time. He's going to play Thor even if this version of him dies. He's going to be the next version of. They talked about him being around for 10 years, but imagine Imagine Thor sacrificing himself for Loki, trying to save him, and then Doom still gets Loki and takes him with him. Thor dies. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Um, but my assumption, because you're going to need some major power in the Secret Wars comics and stuff, like Doom has the power of the Beyonder. Uh, he has. There's different times he has. I think his castle on Latveria is literally powered by the Sentry. I think he's going to be going after the powerful beings. He's going after Franklin. He's going to go after the Sentry. I think he's going to resurrect Wanda with Franklin, and he's going to take Loki.
Ooh, he's gonna resurrect Wanda. I like that.
I think he's going to resurrect Wanda, and she's going to be a villain still. I honestly think she's going to be a villain, but it's because Franklin's going to bring her back.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
And but other than that, we don't know much. We know the heroes universe is probably being destroyed. We know that they're going to team up. We know that Doom is he's going to end up creating Battle World probably by the end of this film for Secret War setup, and we know that there's probably going to be a lot of death
Yeah. Ooh, do you
based
think?
off of the story. How you feel?
Oh, off the story so far, I'm liking it. I feel better. Um, do you think? Because I've heard the rumor. Do you think we'll get Thanos?
I think if you're going to bring Thanos back, you should wait till Secret Wars.
Really? Okay.
I don't think you bring Thanos in the movie where you are trying to introduce somebody that period.
Yeah.
I think they should hold off if they're going.
Agreed.
I know that Josh Brolin's willing to come back, but yeah, if Marvel's smart, they need to give Doom his own time to shine. I kind of like what me, you, and Cam had talked about how if they did like a 20-minute sequence of explaining Doom's backstory, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Agreed. Similar to Fantastic Four.
Yeah, like it'd be cool. At least tell us where's this guy been? What has he been doing? Why is he doing what he's doing? And then go.
Yeah.
What would you want to see in this film?
What would I want to see in this film?
Hmm.
I want to see Doom's power. I really want to see what he's capable of. And I honestly think they're going to, I honestly kind of want to see some of Franklin too. I think that could be interesting. Starting to slowly see Franklin. I don't know if you're going to see him realize what his powers are, because I think he's still too young unless they do a time jump. But, I mean, I think Doom knows the power that Franklin holds, for sure.
Yeah, Franklin's going to kind of seem like Jack from The Incredibles for a while.
Yeah,
I feel like he kind of doesn't know what he can do and just he just does it without knowing why or how. But
yeah,
I do agree about Doom because we haven't really ever got to see Doctor Doom being a sorcerer, like him using magic. I think it'd be safe to see it.
100%. Um, I kind of want. I think if they do that opening sequence where he takes Franklin, the way you were saying, I kind of want him to fight all four. I honestly kind of want that.
Yeah,
But
I'm down for that.
I just don't know if they're gonna do it.
I think it'd be nice for us to see the Fantastic Four first and set them because we just got done seeing them at the very end of the setup. And it'd be nice to kind of just pick up where we left off. I think it'd make it feel a little bit better. It's like, oh, it's a continuation.
Yeah, agreed.
So, yeah, honestly, I think this movie can have some very emotional moments. Like I said, I think there's gonna be a lot of people who die, and I'll be really. I think thinking about either Tom Hiddleston. See, my own thing is they've killed off Loki so many times. It's like they could do it again, but like it kind of is gonna start losing its impact. Uh if
True,
they kill
but
Thor,
this
it's gonna
one
have
would.
way more of an impact, and that's gonna be such a sad scene.
I mean, that's true, but I think this killing off of Loki would be the most um, emotional, especially for everybody having seen Loki season 2. This one would mean the most because this is the best version of Loki.
And it'll probably be the first time that him and Thor have seen each other since Loki died in Infinity War.
Yeah, but the problem
Because
is,
Thor has no idea he's alive.
I don't remember. Does this Loki have those feelings? He doesn't, though, does he?
He saw his entire life at the TVA. They played it back for him.
That's right.
So he may not, I don't know if he necessarily feels, because he still knows Thor. Because this Loki was literally from
Right.
2012 and they just plucked him out. So he still knows most of it. He's just kind of missing about 10 years.
Yeah.
But that could be an emotional sequence.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
one of the most emotional sequences of the film, probably, if one of those two die.
by far. I don't see.
I do
I
hear that
don't
we're
see
getting
them. I
comic
don't see
accurate
them.
X-Men suits too.
Oh, really?
I've heard it. I hope it's true.
I don't see them killing off Thor, especially after saying that he's sticking around.
My only thing is there's probably going to be so many variants of Thor in the future. I don't know what they're going to do as far as like, oh, this is just a different version of Thor, but he's now the main Thor. I don't know.
Yeah.
My hope is that they don't bring Jane Foster back in some way and she's the main Thor. I know I said that Natalie Portman comment earlier, but no.
I don't really want that either, to be honest.
Nah.
No, no. I want Hemsworth.
You got any more comments about the plot?
About the plot, no. No, honestly, no. I think we've talked about the most. I really think the beginning of the movie, a montage style thing, right after we finish the scene of Doom. Because if they just completely skip Doom taking Franklin, I won't like that. They can't skip it.
Yeah, how they start this film is very important.
Yeah.
It's going to set the tone, and if it's not, if they don't come out with the like, they don't come out running immediately, hit the ground running, it's not going to be what people want. The people are just going to be upset.
Do we know runtime?
Not yet.
Dude,
My
knowing
assumption is it's going to be over 2.5 hours.
knowing the 60, literally having 60 people in it, possibly. Dude, it's got to be 3 hours. I just don't
I
see
could
how
see
they're
it being
gonna.
over 2.5.
Yeah,
I
that's
just,
probably the safer bet.
I just don't know.
Dude, under 2.5. I don't
Nah,
think they'd be able to make
that's
it.
not gonna be that's not gonna fly.
No. Nope.
All right. As far as Marvel fatigue goes, do you think that Marvel fatigue is gonna be hindering people from coming to see this movie, especially after the projects we had? Just like, what up, Johnny Storm? Glad to see
Yeah.
you, bro.
Johnny
Uh,
Storm in the chat. That's
but
lit.
we got the Human Torch in here. Welcome, brother. Uh, but as far as like us seeing, we got Captain America, we got the Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and at that point, Spider-Man 4. See, I know for you and I, that's enough for us to want to go because they've been doing
Yeah.
pretty well recently.
Yep.
How do you feel like most of the fans are going to go though? Because box office for these films has not been the best.
It hasn't. I think they flooded the market, and the problem is, it feels like they flooded the market with some lower grade product. Honestly. But here's the other thing to that though. Dude, so what was the Infinity Saga? How many films total was that?
I believe it was 23.
Bro, we got 23 bangers. Dude, they didn't skip many beats. So I don't understand where they lost their path. This year, they did great. I personally believe they did great. And I think next year's going to be great. But somewhere in there they lost their stride and kind of have taken a slight back burner, and it's made people
It's
less willing to go to the theaters.
it's definitely when they started trying to push agendas
Yeah,
and they tried to start basically making that everything instead of really just focusing on a good story. It was more about how can we it just seemed divisive. And it worked. Uh we're divided as a fandom. But I
not as
think
bad as
that
Star
the
Wars.
people who no, not as bad as Star Wars. But I do think that the people who kind of said, okay, enough is enough, I think that a lot of them are afraid to get back into it because this year, like me and you have enjoyed everything this year as far as movies, and it's just I think a lot of people are kind of they're just very skeptical.
Yeah, it's getting everybody back into the swing is a little more difficult. Yeah,
So I think it could hurt them. It really just depends on Spider-Man now. Spider-Man is the only thing that could save it.
if Spider Man is a banger and pops like a 1.5 billion box office, they'll be fine.
Only thing about it, what 1.5 billion?
Yeah,
Ooh,
didn't No
it
Way
could.
Home
No
do
Way
1.9?
Home's no
Yeah,
Way Home did,
yeah.
but that
So
also nostalgia bait.
I get it, but we technically didn't know that Andrew and Toby were going to be in the movie.
Yeah, but we knew that there
I
were so
mean,
many leaks.
we knew,
But
but
you
we
got to
didn't.
think though, they brought back Willem Dafoe. They brought back Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. Like,
That's fair.
there's a reason people went to that movie.
Yeah. Jamie
Uh,
Foxx.
but I will say too, yeah. And you brought back Sandman and the Lizard. Like, we saw all of them in the trailer. But I think as far as Spider-Man though, I think the only thing that could hurt it still, regardless, Spider-Man is probably not going to be in Doomsday. So it's like, oh, we're going to watch Spider-Man 4. Cool, Marvel movies are, but it has no connection because Spider-Man's not even in this film.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. They have to bridge the gap somewhere. There's no way that there's not going to at least be a post-credit scene.
It kind of makes me upset too that that's the only setup we're getting to is post-credit scene. And
Agreed.
I get that like that's where it started, and that was important. But the setups that we've had, we haven't had enough of those post-credit scenes. If we had a post-credit scene for the last 10 movies, I'd be fine. But two, maybe not even the third.
Yeah.
So the fatigue, I think, could hurt it. I think the
I think
fatigue definitely
could
brings
hurt
it down.
it. Yeah.
And I do think that Marvel fatigue is real.
Very much. Very much.
DC got revitalized, and people are looking very much forward to what's happening with that. It's just Marvel's got some work to do.
They do. They do.
So so far we've talked about the cast, we've talked about the budget, we talked about the plot, we talked about fatigue. What are you still skeptical about after talking about all this stuff?
All right. The setup is pretty bad, in my opinion. I really think the setup
Absolutely.
is just. It's not even close to what they did with Infinity War and Endgame. It's not even remotely close. Because that's the thing too is, correct me if I'm wrong, there were movies between those two, right?
Uh, Captain Marvel and I believe Ant-Man and the
Was
Wasp.
that it?
There may have been one more. Oh, no, Ragnarok didn't come out. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. I
Ragnarok
want to
was
look it up.
pre Infinity War.
Yes, that's right. Hold on. So between Endgame and Infinity War, actually, Ant-Man and the Wasp was pre Infinity War as well, which is kind of crazy because the post-credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp was after Infinity War. The film came out beforehand. So yeah,
Right.
the only film that came out pre Endgame from between them was Captain Marvel.
Now, okay, so that debunks what I was gonna say. All right then. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. The setup is really bad. Um, I had another thing and I forgot. I hate when I do that. Oh, they just finished Act 3 of the movie. They just finished writing it. I'm I'm a little skeptical.
See, I'm not in the same boat with you on that.
No.
No, because I think that regardless of them just finishing the entire script, they had to have their outline done. They probably had a very solid. This is where we need to get it to. It's just getting the in between is I think what. And I, I'm not as worried because it's again it's the Russo brothers.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I do agree about the setup 1,000%, and I think that their budget is ridiculous.
The budget's crazy. The budget is 100 million for RDJ. Listen, I have no hate towards RDJ. I think he's worth it. I think he's earned it. But man, dude, that is they're paying one actor the chunk of a lot of movies total budget. There are movies that
Like
never even made that much money. And we're and we're giving him 100 mil, bro.
He's the biggest reason people are going to see this film, though,
You think so?
especially because he's probably going to play four different roles.
That's fair.
So he's getting paid 25 million a role.
Pretty much. Yeah. Wait, four different.
I think he'll definitely play Doom. I think he's
Yeah.
going to end up playing
Iron Man.
probably three different Iron Man variants.
Oh, really?
Possibly. I've heard four characters a few times now that he's going to be playing characters.
Interesting.
I think he play. I honestly don't know how he's going to do. He'll definitely play. I see stuff all the time, but he's definitely filming Doctor Doom scenes and during the day, but they Iron Man.
Interesting. Okay.
But as far as that goes, I really do think it's just the setup and the budget.
Yeah.
But
Story should be
they
fine.
shot themselves in the foot. They shot themselves in the foot with the budget.
They did. It
And
it
then
makes it almost seem impossible. Like it's
my only thing too about Marvel fatigue, this may this may be the only thing that saves them. Like the thing that we think because we think that they're kind of screwed now before it, but it might be the movie that back on the map.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's still an Avengers film.
It is. It is.
So I'm kind of I don't know. I want to try to be like a half glass full type of person and like think that this could be the movie that changes everything. I'd like to think that, but I don't know.
It could be. Do you think we're gonna get a Infinity War Thanos with the gauntlet style obliteration at the end of this movie, like we did with you
I
know?
think I think it's going to end with there's going to be some massive incursions. There's going to be several universes that die, and Doom's creating Battle World.
Ooh.
He's going to
Okay.
make one collective universe, and that means characters that we love, like it could be Toby and Andrew's universes that get destroyed, and that kind of makes me feel like maybe one or both of them's going to end up dying. I have no idea. I'd cry so
Bruh.
badly if they died. Like somebody's universe is going to get destroyed, and that's the whole point, though. Doom is trying to save the multiverse by making it just one universe. He doesn't want all these different variants. He wants one collective thing where they all can be. So, but they're going to start talking more and more about that anchor being uh thing more. I don't know a ton about it, so I can't comment on it. But the anchor being is going to be a big thing too, and I don't know if because these universes can't survive without their anchor beings as well.
Jeez. Okay.
Like
Dude.
there's a theory that Doom might be going to get all of the anchor beings and capture all of them so their worlds die.
Wow. Yeah. The theories and the plot stuff has me excited. It's
For
the
sure.
budget and the fatigue that I think are a little scary, and the setup.
I agree. So, with that being said, buddy, do you think Avengers Doomsday is doomed?
No,
I agree. I don't think it's doomed.
I don't think it's doomed. I think I think they can pull it off, but I think they really need to. The marketing needs to hit home, very very good. They need to be very analytical with this and be very specific with their target audience.
They need to take a page out of the Spider-Man Brand New Day marketing because it's been phenomenal for one.
Honestly, I think they need to do a lot with creators the way that they did for Superman. I feel like Superman
Absolutely.
and James Gunn did very, very good at hitting it home with the creators and the people that are really still keeping all of this stuff alive, in my personal opinion. Um, because every day we talk about it, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point. It's the whole point of this podcast. It's the whole point of our
Right.
channels. So I think if they do very good at connecting with the creators in that at that point, I think the movie will be fine.
I agree.
Yeah. If they do some divisive stuff and do some bad things toward creators, I don't think that's going to pan well.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think Avengers Doomsday is movie's going to be a success and Marvel's going to get put back on the map? Let us know down in the comments.
Absolutely. I think that's going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. That was a banger of a podcast, my friend. Absolute banger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. Very much. All right, chat. I will see y'all later. We're going to be doing anything on TikTok.
We do have a stream on Wednesday and Friday this week, 8 p.m. on the Nerds of Multiverse TikTok. Should be pretty good. Stay tuned for some videos coming out. Got some things planned. I'm sure Trey does as well.
Very much, especially now, because there was a cool piece of Star Wars rumor that came out when we were at Bible study, and I'm gonna make a video on it. Yeah.
Sick.
All right, chat. I will see y'all later, man. See y'all next week on episode 6. It's gonna also be a banger. Peace, y'all.
Love it 3000.